What is an aortic dissection? That headline is unsettling. As it turns out, it is more than a headline. Senator Lindsey Graham, the veteran Republican statesman, died Saturday night from a sudden aortic dissection. The aorta is the main artery that carries blood from the heart to the rest of the body, and a tear in its wall is a medical emergency, a violent, sudden rupture that can happen in an instant. From the statistics, unchanged for years, are chilling. 50% of people who suffer such a dissection actually get to a hospital, and of those, about half survive. That means that for every patient who makes it to a facility, 1 in every 4 lives. The event is usually the first thing that comes to mind when a suddenly feeling well patient dies abruptly. Binder. That makes sense, because the tear occurs in the innermost layer of the aortic wall. Blood rushes between the layers, turning the tube into a fragile mess. The aortic wall has 3 layers, and when a tear starts in the inner layer, it allows blood to separate the layers. Most people tell their doctors that they felt an excruciating pain, a sharp, unfamiliar pain that travels from the chest through the back, a sensation described by Dr. Kendra Grubb as like a knife to the heart. Why does it happen? It's usually linked to an underlying aortic aneurysm, a bulge in the vessel wall, similar to how a bicycle tube can balloon, and aneurysms themselves can be caused by high blood pressure, atherosclerosis, or certain rare genetic conditions such as bicuspid aortic valves. Treating an aortic dissection depends on where the tear is located. If it occurs in the portion of the aorta that leads to the brain, the doctors need to get to work quickly. In those cases, they can perform a thoracic endovascular repair, a procedure that involves threading a wire from between the patient's groin to the aorta, then delivering a grafting material that seals the rupture and restores normal blood flow. On the other hand, if the tear is somewhere before the branch that carries blood to the brain, that is, in the section closest to the heart, then the treatment often means an emergency open-heart operation. The patient is placed on a heart-lung machine, the body is cooled to protect the organs, and the surgeon removes the torn section of the aorta and replaces it with a designed graft of fabric. The procedure is incredibly complex and time is truly of the essence. For a politician, for a senator, for anyone, an aortic dissection is a dramatic reminder of how fragile life can be and how a single accident in the blood vessels can feel like a knife to the back. These are the kind of Dayton-arresting moments that remind how vital it is to understand sudden chest and back pain is potentially lethal. And that is the short story of what Lindsey Graham suffered, of the sudden, lethal tear in his aorta, and of the rules of treatment that medical professionals apply in a race against time. I hope you find this information useful and that you stay aware of the warning signs. That's all for now. Until next time, leave your heart safe.